Hello, welcome guys. How are you? We're gonna do the book stream today. We're gonna talk about the endgame. As usual. Hope you had a great week so far. We had a great day yesterday on board stream. We did the video. We did, well, the first draft of chapter 1, I assume. Together with the pictures. It's all great. And all I have to do is find new idea for the next episode of Shogi Lexicon, and then we can make another video of that topic. I also changed the the layout of the PDF a little bit. Don't make hydrate tea. Dehydrate tea. What's a dehydrate tea? Change the layout of the thing so that we see more on the screen. And yeah, that would be all. And do not spoil Lily the Lord of the Rings, yes. Oh my god, the thread of the Lord of the Rings is so long. Have to watch it again as well. We watched Hobbit recently, but not yet the Lord of the Ring. Hobbit is a bad movie, actually, compared to Lord of the Rings, of course, everything will be worse, but Hobbit was particularly bad, I feel. So what were we at? Don't break your cups, one eye. We had judoka also last week, I believe. We were talking about sheltering. Oh yeah, all right. So we wanted to see practical examples from last week to like remind ourselves how it works. I'll have Jish already. Let's see. So we had sheltering. I completely forgot what we had apart from that. Yeah, we have to remember. Luring, I think we had. How was it? I completely blacked out. But this is why we're repeating this stuff. This is exactly why we're repeating it. Block, isolate. That's what we had. Yeah, that's what we talked 2 weeks ago, right? So pushing, exchanging, blocking, luring. Then we talked about, castle mending. That was the word, castle mending. And we had castle repairing, like rejoining the pieces, and sheltering or shielding. So that's something, we had to translate actually. Restoring the castle, taking the initiative while doing so. Lure and repair was a combo that we had. Repairing without initiative. We had rejoining the pieces, so Lego that was flying in the universe came back to Earth to help us. Here, particular, we also put the Lego brick where we had a weakness. And we learned that the weakness of rejoining is the detachment technique. So we have to be really careful when we're using it, because detachment counts as rejoin. And therefore we learn about other techniques, that there are different Lego blocks that you may use, for example, rook from far away to help to protect your castle. I don't know how it connects with castle mending, but that's what they said. Yeah, we're extending our lives. This is particularly good move because it's we call it offensive, defensive move, so it's worth remembering. And then we had this word Shahei, which we translated first to shielding, but then to sheltering. Basically, the idea was that you slow down the enemy by protecting your pivotal pieces in defense. Yeah, that's messing up. You're protecting the pillar of your defense in a way. So it is easy to understand. Yeah, gold is the most important defender. If it's taken, it's Hishi. So we put it to the side, and actually this slows down the enemy enough that we gain one move. Thank you for the following, August Octo. Welcome, welcome. Then we had the sheltering rule. Yeah, and of course we talked that the basics of the attack is to attack the king on the gold. So our iron rule is to defend the king and the gold. In this case, early escape, sheltering the king away from the attack was a good move. And then we had some combos, sheltering and restoring. And then we had the examples. All right. So we had the first example, computer game, of course, 2020. Thank you. I assume that's that's putting stress on the word thank you, not putting another word next to you as an in censorship, I hope. 24. So we have the king here. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Our king is quite in danger, you would say, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit attacking pieces. The enemy has 3 plus 2. It's 5. So it's quite a nice endgame already. In diagram 24, Sente will be in checkmate by gold 5-8. It's in Japanese, basically the drop is written that way. So gold 5-8 is a checkmate. And this king is not in a checkmate threat. So we are losing by one move, yeah? Currently. So therefore, we cannot go for mutual attack, yeah? Mutual attack being those kanji. In that case, we need to extend our life, yeah? Extend life. Because we're lacking of the breathing space. In that case, defense. Yeah, it's the same word, defense. Defending means to extending your life. In the game, what was played is gold drop to here, the horse run away, and then we dropped another silver to here, which arrived at the diagram on the bottom. We put gold and silver to defend our king, making it harder for the enemy to attack. So let's see. Yeah, we put the gold here, the horse escaped, we put a silver here. Add that metal to defense. This is why like generals are so good in defense. You can see, yeah, just because we have those two pieces, suddenly the king gets so much safer. This is why you see players like Mifa, for example, exchange his rook for enemy gold so that they weaken the enemy defenses, so that they don't have a piece to redrop. Rook is so much weaker in defense if we were to drop it here. I didn't intend to add quite so many asterisks. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, welcome, welcome. So yeah, the basics are that the castle strength is dependent on how many golds and silver, yeah? So castle plus plus. Yeah, if you add metal to the defense, the castle strength becomes plus plus. And yeah, of course, it's like the first step to extend your life. In this case, Gote will take. No, sorry. Silver take. We take the horse will escape. So in this case, we just exchange the silvers, which also goes back to our Judoka Ose technique. This pivotal piece is now off the board. We should make a shorter name for Castle plus plus, like C plus. Ah, good one, good one, good one. Yeah, so that's what they're saying here as well, actually. They have trouble of recreating the pivotal pieces. Regenerating them. I don't know how we call it in English. So, yeah, Keishi Nagara. So, yeah, exchange of pivotal piece, right? Plus restoration. Restore. This is a very good defensive shape. Mega defense, yeah. I've been watching too much of the trial. It's the mega pint of the mega defenses. If you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so this is like the ideal defense, yeah. Ideal defense. There's a lot of arrows. Hey, we feel like drawing arrows today. We going with it. Exchange. This word doesn't have enough letters in it. Objection, hearsay. Yes, on my own witness. Yesterday, guys, did you see how they try to shut down a witness by objecting to their own question? And they try to forget the question, and the witness remember the question. It was funny. Ideal defense, exchange of pivotal pieces plus restore. It's the best ideal defense here, yeah? Because we not only add to our king defenses, we also lower the enemy attacking power. Yeah, they have less pivotal pieces, less attackers. And on top of which, we took the initiative. Yeah, the horse went to 5-6, meaning it's our turn. And compared to this position, where we were losing by one move, oh boy, this would give us so much more comfort. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't drop the rook here, but this is a check, I just remembered. All right, next we have diagram 26 with something named Kwapaku from Neo Saitama. Saitama is a place in Japan, Tokyo, next to Tokyo. Kwapaku, I have no idea what it is. And we have novice, which is supposed to probably say beginner or something, but those both are super strong computers, don't get me wrong. Okay, diagram 26, let's see, without reading, yeah? King is on 3-3. We have this dragon here that can eat this gold at any time. We have a token, we have a lance that goes here. Of course, we have this knight. This bishop is kind of blocked currently. We have a silver and a bishop. Our king is here. Enemy has 2 attacking pieces, 3 attacking pieces. Yeah, so it's kind of weird endgame, right? Okay, how does material look like? 2, 3. We are missing 1 general, right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we are losing 1 general and 1 knight. Little bit behind, yeah? What they're threatening is, for example, knight drop or knight drop. Silver drop would be less. I think they also threatening to take this. We're gonna take, and then silver drop or knight drop or knight drop. It's all checkmate. Just promotion. Next, they're threatening to take the bishop and attack slowly. This would take some time, right? Is this king in danger? Bishop drop. King goes here or here. They're still fine. If we take this gold, they're still fine, right? So let's see what they say. And on diagram 26, it's a very chaotic position. And we have a lot of gaps in our defense, right? Lots of gaps in the defense, you could say. Next, lance takes here, bishop takes, knight drop is a checkmate. Next, yeah, there is the knight drop here. So they said the same thing. So in this position, what we do is we drop the bishop to here. We repair the castle. Let's see. So you might feel weird using the bishop in defense. Bishop in defense. Yeah, if you had silver, it would be natural drop, right? Because it defends both of the knight drops. In this case, if I had a bishop type of, if I had a silver type of thinking, using the piece that has similar movement, which is bishop, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, so using parts to repair the how do we say? We need parts to repair the castle, and we're using what we have in this case. It's a necessity for us to redrop it here. Yeah. 1 silver, but similar bishop is enough. It's necessary, I guess. Or the only option. So yeah, in this case, I don't have a silver. Oh wait, I have a bishop. It's a very similar piece. I can use it to defend the same threat. I have no idea. It could be. Yeah, I have no idea. We would have to Google that, and that's not what we do on this lesson, right? Yeah, so he wants you to be aware that we don't have to use the perfect piece. Sometimes we can use piece in replacement. If we were to use the gold here, the knight drop was quite dangerous. In order to extend your, this is important, in order to extend your life, it's better to not put your gold in spot where it can be targeted, yeah? Don't expose the gold. To danger, yeah. Similar to with the king, yeah? You don't want to put king in the front. Similarly here with the gold. But yeah, there's a knight drop that can attack the bishop, yeah? Well, the bishop can run here, and the knight drop won't be possible here anymore because it's here. Yeah, you could argue they could take this. It's still a difficult game, right? Still very, very difficult. The point is we added a defender rather than move our gold as well. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, don't get me wrong, this position is still pretty complex. All right, 28. Let's see. We have a king here. We have some form of a castle. Yeah, 3 pieces. The enemy has a dragon, a gold attacking our horse, and 2 more pieces in hand. We, on the other hand, have horse, pawn, dragon, bishop, lance, and the problem is the enemy has quite a sea of pieces over here, right? Interesting. Piece advantage. So we have 3 big pieces. That's what I wanted to say. 3 big pieces, but we're missing 1 general, which is this gold. Well, this silver, in fact. We are missing 1 piece, so material is quite equal. In this diagram, our horse is under attack. If we were to escape while creating an attack, we would try to go here. But that allows them to make a check with the knight drop. The king will escape. And the knight promotion here. Actually, sorry. The king will escape here to keep protection of the gold. And then the knight promotion here will attack the gold, making a checkmate threat. So Sente will be in quite trouble, yeah? Again, we do not worry about... Okay, so direct... So it's indirect threat is the on the horse. But the direct threat, direct being more painful because it attacks our king, right? Is actually knight drop 5-6. Yeah. So we have to be aware of those two. And this is why in the game what they played instead was bishop drove to 3-7. The dragon will escape here, yeah, because it's under attack. Then we take the gold. Yeah, so bishop runs, take the gold. Pawn retakes. And then we take here. Which is like this. And the point here is this arrow that you can see here, that we have the hemo, so the joining, the binding that we talked about, yeah, bonding, binding. Yeah, the rejoin technique. Therefore, because we have this binding, the knight drop isn't as threatening anymore. Yeah, we can run directly here. So yeah, of course, the main point will be in defense, you can also use other pieces, yeah? Now, yeah, you could ask me what happens if the dragon comes here instead of here. A good question, I guess. Ah, no, it couldn't because there was a horse here, yeah. The dragon had to come here, and this all is forced. Yeah, we take, they take, we take. So we slow their attack while taking initiative and adding to our defenses. So it's a powerful sequence over here. They're saying the same thing, that we're taking the initiative while bringing the defenses higher. It's a really effective way. On top of that, knight drop here is possible. So in this situation, we have defense of the castle, yeah. C++. Castle plus plus. Initiative. And actually attacking pattern, attacking power as well, yeah, because the bishop attack and defense like an umbrella. Chat, any questions so far? I hope you're fine with that. We have one more example before we reach the summary of this chapter. I assume it's gonna be about shielding. We have a lance here that troubles us. It's in front of our king. Depending on the situation, they can take, redrop to detach the king further into the center. Expose, I guess. So we would like to do something in this situation as center, right? Before our king is dragged out. And of course... Ooh. So we dropped the rook behind the lance. The lance took the silver, then we took the lance. That's what happens here. So we defend... we defend the silver drop, in fact. Yeah, we have a rook. Here we help our king. This is the shielding. Okay, many things are being said. If they drop the knight, we drop the knight. It's fine. Yeah. Hello, Mifa. Yeah, so the main problem here is the pieces that we have in hand. We don't have any silver, we don't have any gold. We only have knights and lances, right? So if we were to support this piece, they're quite difficult to use. But how is it sheltering? That's kind of the problem I wanna point out, yeah. I guess we keep that defender between the king so that it's not being dragged into the center. And this way it's sheltering the king from being dragged out, yeah? King from being exposed. Something like that. And here we do not only do that, we also combo this. So we have the shelter plus the judoka ose remove the removal technique. Yeah, because we remove the lance. They don't have this pivotal piece anymore. And yeah, we are also defending the whole line here, so that's pretty nice. On top of which, I don't think they mention it, but this rook is also an attacker. So I really like this position here for the rook. Yeah, if you look closely, Gotta still have many pieces in hand, but our king is not going to die immediately, therefore we extended our life. Okay, summary. What do we have here? So this is the castle. This is also the same kanji. And even if we simplify simplify. Even if we simplify the castle, ... If we use... Actually, it's not simplify, it means to weaken, I think. So let me double check that. I think that means weaken, actually. Deterioration, worsening, yeah. Scratch that. Even if our castle is weak, we can rebuild it using restore or rejoin techniques. Yeah. So this one is restore and this one is rejoin technique. If you ask me what's the difference between those two, simply speaking, one is the drop and one is the move. But rejoin could also be a drop. Okay, that's not really helpful. They're really similar now that I think of it, yeah? Multi-purpose moves are always the best. Yeah, I agree. When on king, to maintain our king's safety, we need to So previously what we talked about is how to deal with enemy pieces. So that was chapter before. So to keep king safe, we had dealing with enemy pieces. And currently we have a new technique, which is castle restoration. Yeah, and you need to know those techniques. It's all to extend the king life, yeah. There are different types of castles, but all the castles have the gold as the pillar, yeah. All castles have gold pillar. Pilare. Pilare. Oh, wow. That's not what I wanted. Pillar. Yeah, all of the castles, like this is always a thing. They're all Kinkakuji, yeah, the golden temple. I guess my definition of a gold isn't bad after all. I got the Konokomaga key person. Key person. Okay. It's the key person, the main bodyguard. Yeah, the gold is your bodyguard. Yes, the sunglasses. Bodyguard, like the how do you call it? Like they stand in front of the club. It's not bodyguard, it's more like a I forgot the name. Chat will remind me, I hope. How do you do that? You put one hand here and the other one there. Okay. Yeah. It's weird. Like a gatekeeper. Oh my god, he has no brain. Yeah, he has muscular hands, but legs not so much. Here we go. He's too short, actually. No entry. And he has a shiny golden baldness. Let's keep it like this. Yeah, key person. What's the name of that guy? Chat didn't remind me. Bouncer, is it? Wow, I didn't know that Polish word existed. What the heck? Yeah, wow, okay. There's a weird... I mean, it is a bouncer. Oh, doorman or door supervisor, a type of security guard. Yeah, that's the thing. That's your gold boy. Yeah, this is Mr. Keen. Yeah, that's Mr. Keen. He's protecting your king. Yeah, your king is out there chilling on the couch, on the sofa. Yeah, in the club. And he with a glass of martini, with olive. And yeah, he's like, no entry to the king. Mr. King is going to stop you. Yes, you can see that the word king is very similar to the word keen, but yeah, that's two different things. For people who don't know, that's the Japanese name for God, basically. Yeah, so you can repair as possible. You can always rehire the guy. Repair as possible. If gold is pulled away by rejoining or restoring. So again, as the attacker, just a reminder, the objective is to get the meta piece whenever it's to get it out or get it off the board. So target the gold, yeah, target the gold. Or detach the gold, yeah. Infiltration. And closing, yeah, getting close to king, yeah. So this guy is protecting those three things, yeah. You cannot get close to the king, you cannot enter the club, and in order to get through him, you basically need to eliminate him or distract him. Yeah, that's the way you get to the king. So what I'm saying, castle is like a palace that you're not in, like a palace with a party that you're not invited to, and you need to get your way around this bodyguard, yeah, this bouncer. Yeah, it's a club. It's a club called Castle Club. And there is like a this neon sign, yeah. You can see the king through the window, but you cannot really enter, right? And yeah. There's another window. Whatever. Disco ball in the background. Yeah, making those spots all around the wall, and yeah. The king is all having a party too. And the bodyguard is like, no entry. You're totally skipping school? It's not good, Melkor, not good. Club castle. Here you have a fancy club castle. And I don't want to draw the door, but yeah, guess it needs the door somewhere. Maybe the back door. Yeah, we're missing the door. Maybe it's a door in shape of a piece. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like a mini door in shape of a piece. The most standard door there is, the wooden door. Like that. I don't know. I cannot wait until the illustration of this shows up in your future book. Yeah, I don't know if it will, but does he have a twin brother? I don't know. Oh, today is the break. Yeah. Today is the holiday. Okay, so the most important is even if your castle is weak, you can maintenance it. So before they're able to do this stuff, yeah, you can defend. So I guess the most important is defend before it's late, yeah. So be prepared. So this is too late, and this is how we defend, yeah. So if they break in, if they get close to your castle, to your king, that's too late. So defend before that happens. It's important. Be prepared to extend your king's life while he has breath left, yeah. All right. Oh wow. Okay. So this is the shielding. Using shielding to prevent exposing the king. So this is the expose technique, and this is the shield, and this is the king and the god, right? So we are shielding the enemy attack, basically. So this is what happened with the rook here. We defended the exposure of the king using the shield technique. Yeah. Do not let them target your goals. 2. Use shield or sheltering. Can be used on king. Yeah, this will extend the life. So okay, so we have this thing that shield protects against exposure. It's a new rule that we have. If we let them expose our king, it's going to be put in a dangerous situation, so we have to take care of it beforehand. And this is a very important technique that strictly relates to life extension of the king. Yeah. So, yeah, shielding before exposure extends lives. Yeah. Now they will repeat something that you have to repair the castle before it's broken. Yeah. You guys cannot hear the bells, I assume, but there are many, many bells right now. That's perhaps the most important rule here. Maintenance. All right, that's all from this chapter. I guess like the rule that we had here is repairing the castle before it's broken is very important. That we can use the restore, rejoin, and shielding techniques. But yeah, what you wanna imagine is that the king is in a club and you have this gold protecting it. So you have to make sure that the guard is there, that the guard isn't eliminated, that nobody enters the castle and nobody gets close to the king. Yeah. And you have to make sure that you maintenance the situation before it's broken, before it's breached. And you can do it. For now, we know two techniques. You can deal with the enemy pieces, or you can take care of the castle itself. Yeah. Yeah. You must shield them both. You must shield them both because gold is the pillar of your defense. Okay. Next we have new chapter, which will be King Escape. So we talked about extending the life of the king by raising up our defense by dealing with enemy pieces, kinda. So, okay, that's a very complicated sentence. But the problem is, no matter how much we extend the life, eventually our defense will be broken. And that's because there's this proverb: if you have four attacking pieces, the attack won't run out. Yeah, eventually we won't be able to stop the enemy attack. Yeah. So life extension isn't forever. Eventually they will break in. And in that case, yeah, because 4 attackers basically equals infinite attack, yeah. So even if the whole camp is broken, we cannot give up. We will have moves that will allow us still to extend the life a little bit. Types of moves that's gonna be really close to checkmate or Hishi situations. Yeah, so we're really close to the end of the game. Yeah, so let's make our king. Yeah, so this is the situation when the king comes with the katana and he's like, you shall be facing me from now on. So that's the situation. We will have the last technique for the king to protect himself. Yeah, with us, with his own, yeah, power. Actually, I feel bad for giving king face. It will be funnier if the king doesn't have face. We have to draw it differently. King. Yeah. Oh, you guys don't see it. King. With a sword. Okay, that's... Yeah, he has to defend himself. Defend. So he will be you will be facing the final enemy, yeah? The king. Okay, that looks like a wrong type of sword. Yes, sure. Here you go. Yeah, so final boss. Thank you for the follow, 7B3 Chess. Welcome to Shogi Harbour. Final boss, the king, yeah. So this is after we got to the club. This is after we go through all this struggle. We have to fight this king that's gonna be fighting for his life, yeah? Okay. So what can we do? What can we do to allow our king to extend his life long enough? Let me translate this kanji again. Yeah. So those two kanjis don't connect to one word. One of them, okay, it just means escape. Yet it's apparently read as tonto. Flee, escape, shrink, evade, set free. And the other one is escape, flee, shrink, evade, set free. So like it's two escaping kanji in one. It's like a super escape, let's call it. In the previous page, okay. This is the position. In the previous page, we will have pound promotion with a gold drop, right? With a gold drop. So that's their target. 1, 2 moves. And this type of situation we call Niteski. Oh my god. The worst word to translate. So you see, there are many gaps in Shogi. There is the one gap dragon. There is the different gaps in position. But Niteski, I would like to find a better translation than a simple gap. It can be translated to a breath. Ski. Teski, maybe it's in Teski. Okay. Even Hidechi didn't put it here. So Teski. Move clearance. Oh my god. Move clearance. What is this translation? Maybe this is another thing we should do on our lexicon. Suffix put behind a number to describe a situation when one's king will be forced in mate if he leaves it as it is for that number of turns. And now try to translate it to one word in English. Okay, guys, we are on the mission today. We are trying to translate the word ski. Ski. Reach, interlude, interval. Maybe it's like interval. But the way Hidechi wrote it, he wrote it using katakana for some reason. Skiing, yeah, I guess. Okay, let's try to Google Teski. Yes, initiative to mate is the same thing. Advantage gap, yeah, those are good, but I'm gonna look at the like Japanese translation of the actual word. Like I'm gonna look how if I Google the term in Japanese, which words they're gonna use to describe it. Yeah, 2 initiative to mate. I guess we could go with that. Apparently it means something in Keigo as well. It's interesting. It's not only shogi. My brain doesn't work today. I'm having trouble to translate that. English. Hands are open. So you're asking for a minute of their time, basically. Okay. So this is a very complicated thing that we're looking at. Position, normal way of understanding, logical shogi introduction. That's weird. Teban de ari tsumi ga aru. You have mate at your own move. That's mate, win. Same as the left one. If you don't have the initiative and you have a mate, then it's a checkmate threat. 1 move ski. Checkmate threat. If you have 1 move before Tsubero, normally you would say 2 move ski. But in this case, you have 1 move ski. Okay, so it's really complicated. So there's some way of thinking. Okay, let's leave it. Let's leave it. Leave it. Leave this page. My gosh. My gosh. Let's see on this page. Teski. And Teski. Oh my god, it's mathematics. And Teski. I don't understand this. 次の画面は詰めろ。詰めるの言語は次に頭を詰めるからその前に。Okay, so, okay, that's interesting actually. So they say this is like a hishi, but if your opponent doesn't do anything, they will lose, right? They will be checkmated. It's called tsumero. Tsumeyotomo. Squeeze. Yotomo. What does it mean, yotomo? No, that's not. No, it's a grammar thing. It's not gonna show up here. Tomo, certainly. Surely you're gonna be checkmated. Okay. Mata wa iteski. So I'm gonna mate you. In the next move, we call 1 move ski. So it's 1 initiative to mate. Hi, 7B free chess. We ate chess family from Brazil. We are chess family from Brazil. Watching this live, we heard a lot of stuff that looked like terms of chess game, but now we can understand anything. Yeah. Yeah, welcome. This is Japanese chess. It's shogi, and this book is particularly difficult. I recommend you check our beginner resources on our Discord, or join us on Sunday where we do game commentary. It might be easier, but you're very, very much welcome here. Okay, we're gonna figure out. So this is gonna be a weird stream again. It's always a weird stream. It's always a weird stream. So what we've established is ite ski equals tsumero equals I will checkmate you on the next move, yo. So it's like a threat, yeah? It's like a threat you're giving them. Next. Tsumero is 次にあなたの玉章を詰めるからその前にこちらの王様を詰めてみろとされる。必死の詰めの種類。Okay. So basically, so try to checkmate my king first. Basically, that's the meaning of tsumero. And then hishi is just type of tsumero. How do we? So we have like two types of tsumero. You have a threat of tsumero and you have a hishi, which is undefendable threat. So tsumero has two types. Yeah. A, B. Either you're just threatening to win the game, or you're like, I win the game no matter what you do. So it's like a stronger threat. That's hishi. Okay, next. This kanji was in Hidechi's dictionary when I tried to read it. Yes, reading Japanese Wikipedia about shogi is very... Okay, so in the past, hishi was written with a different kanji, and tsumero was written by tsumeyo. So basically would say, I'm gonna checkmate you, type of deal. Teaser, actual threat. Yeah, exactly. 100 pro. And this is what was in Hidechi dictionary somewhere too. I think it was around ski. When I was searching for ski, it came up. Sashisu. Sashisu. Su, where is the su? Give me the su. 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 Skashizume. That was what was here. A kind of final mating problem in mate problems where a long range pieces check from a distance. Transparent mate. So basically that kanji is like transparent. It's the same kanji. We're learning a lot of stuff today. Not sure if it's a good thing because it looks overcomplicated, but so anyway, that terminology is not used, and we're using the ski instead. And then there's this specific type of deletion of the thread, which is called tsumero nagare tsumero. And then let's ignore that for a single moment. Tsumero o kaketsutsu toku ni kachi no takai teki goma no ichi suru masu ni tsumero nantoka tori to yobare tsumero hishatori tsumero kakutori. Okay, so if we talk about other terminology that's like side, like step. So what they're saying is basically there's a thread and you can have double thread in that. So you can have like, for example, tsumero bishop, attacking bishop. Tsumero bishop fork. Taking fork, yeah. Something like that, bishop thread. I have no idea how to translate it, but basically it's kakutori, so bishop thread, yeah, like when you have a thread on a queen and a rook at the same time, I guess that's a fork, so that's untranslatable. And then this double thread, whatever, and then you have hishi as well. Yeah, thank you so much. See you on the Discord. See you, bye-bye. Okay, so that's it. And then what they were talking about was tsumero nogare tsumero. I'm not gonna write the kanji, it's impossible for me. Tsumero nogare tsumero. Thread removing, thread mate, removing thread mate, basically. So it's more like a defensive move. Like they had threat mate, but you defended it while making a threat on the enemy king. Next. So yeah, that's tsumero kakutori, tsumero hishatori. So it's like checkmate on the king while threatening the rook, while threatening the bishop. Yeah, so it's like a double threat. Okay, so that's tsumero, or the one move gap, or the initiative to mate. So time zombie set one move, one initiative to mate. Suwako mentioned gap advantage. Yeah. One-handed blow. Oh god. Okay, we had the word teaser as well. Now we're looking at two moves, ski or the end teski. So it's like more than 2. We have the word zetto. We have the word yorisuji de itokenashi. So ukenashi means no defense situation. Ite basically means the same, and yorisuji basically means the same. Ite is basically move after move. You're falling into your doom. Yorisuji means this is the line that I shall approach your king and you can do nothing about it. Yeah. But we're gonna double check that. Seme Zetto is, we all know. Semeru gawa ni tsugi ni itte says Hishi. Yeah, so it's like one move before. If they do nothing, we're gonna have a Hishi next move. If they do nothing, we're gonna have a checkmate threat next move. So it's like one move behind. If the enemy doesn't do anything, but of course passing is not a thing in Shogi. In end moves, we're counting only the moves done by one side. The enemy king will be in mate. Tsumarii n-1 move becomes a tsumei. Okay. So like if you have n-1, that's basically Tsumero in minus n1 moves, I guess. Logical thing. If Tsumero is mate in 1, then 2 moves ski means that we have Tsumero in 1 move. Therefore, if you have ente ski, it means that the Tsumero is in n-1 moves. Zetto. Z. No, I'm saying Zetto because that's Japanese, because Zettai tsumanai. Zettai tsumanai. Zettai means completely unmatable. There's no way that it's matable. And therefore it's read as Zetto in Japanese. This is why I'm reading it Zetto. If I were to read this in Polish, it would be Z with a D, yes. And then you're like, but the zebra is read by Z. Yes, nobody cares. The same way we don't say ypsilon when we use the Y letter in my name. You don't say Styczynska. You say Styczynska, right? It's just the Greek reading of that name or something, of that letter or something. I don't know where the Z came from. You also say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Each letter have a reading alone, but then in the words it contains that. Anyway, it's Zetto, because Japanese reading. Yeah, so this is what they said here. Basically, it's n ski if it's the main n-1. But basically it's not used. Okay, so basically they say if it's above if n is less than less or equals 3, basically, so it's so useless. Basically, in practical way they're speaking, they're not using it. And then there's a special case when they say 0 test key, and that basically means mate, yeah. Sometimes they call it that. So they actually saying that if you have the initial shogi board position, that's not shogi board, that's some weird board. If you have an initial shogi position, that's actually 7 test key. Zebra, yeah. I just imagine a bra that looks like zebra for some reason. It's so complicated. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Oh my god, this is very complicated. Okay, wait. 5 to king, promotion, goes back, takes, goes, the 11 moves mate. Yes, given no resistance, let's. Oh my god, this is so crazy. This is gonna be the ultimate Tsumero description, and you're gonna be guys like, oh, this is Tsumero in 7 from now on. I'm gonna break the knowledge of people. Let's see. I have a game to play. We have so many day studies. We don't have the actual. It's so weird. Public studies. Saturday stream study. Let's go with Saturday stream. Teski in 7. So given 0 resistance, but I have no idea how to. Let's say they pass. So given 0 resistance, this is a mate. According to the whole line here. If they take, we promote. If they run, this is a mate, right? Then they had this other variation. And then if they don't take it, it's mate in 9 apparently. Uh, 2, 1. 5, 2. It's 9 moves mate. And then if they go directly to here, then we promote, they go here. They're making it simple, but yep. So what do we learn today? Well, if we count just our moves, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is checkmate threat. So in this move, we're saying, I'm gonna checkmate you on the next move if you don't do anything. And they're like, I'm doing nothing. So you go for a checkmate. Therefore, it's king 7. But as you can see, it's completely useless to have king 7 like in this position because they will do something. And like this knowledge gives us nothing. Yeah, 7 moves until not just check, until starting of the forceful checkmating variation. Yeah, not just check. Basically until we arrive at checkmate threat. Yeah, because as we've established, no matter what they do, it ends in a mate. So we cannot say this is he/she. We cannot say this is he/she because they can retake, and we don't have checkmate threat anymore. But this is a threat. Yeah, threat of a checkmate. But as you can see, because it's longer than 7 moves, it's completely useless. So this is why, perhaps, in this situation, they end up on those 3 moves, less than 3 moves. Okay, so that will be it from the knowledge of that. We could translate those. I guess we're on the flow. We're not gonna start a new chapter anyway, I guess. We can just translate this term today. Zetto is the short name for specific situation. No matter how many pieces the enemy will have, our king won't be ever in checkmate threat. In checkmate, forced checkmate. Zettai ni tsumanai is completely not mateable. Our king, if our king is in Zetto and the enemy is in Hishi, that means it's a win for us. Now, there's special type of Zetto. Okay, I think we should go back here. So Zetto means no possible mate, no possible tsume, yeah, no possible mate. Ever. Ever, by meaning ever, meaning pieces in hand. No matter how many pieces you have, it's impossible. No possible mate, no possible tsume, yeah, force mate. Yeah, in practical game, they said 3 moves, right? And if you have Zetto, so this is your win condition. Zetto plus Hishi equals certain win. Because mathematics. Because Hishi loses to Tsume only. Zetto means there is no Tsume. No Tsume on our king. We have a Tsume on their king. Certain win for us. Yeah. Now we have this special condition which is called Zetto, something Zetto. So you have something Z, something Zetto. Something Zetto means that if they don't have that piece, you're safe. So you can say, for example, silver bishop zetto. Silver bishop zetto. So as long as they don't have diagonal piece, you're gonna win. Yeah, so if what Yonanaga sensei said, if your king is in zetto, attack strongly, yeah. Because no matter how many pieces they give you, you give them, your king is safe. As long as you don't give them silver bishop, your king is safe, yeah. So this is kind of pattern that you can follow in the endgame. Yeah, if you have on exactly, that's one example, time zombie. It might have. I didn't see the game actually. It was yesterday for us too, unless he's playing right now. Yeah, so that would be gold rook zetto. Yeah, I imagine they needed sidestepping pieces. Gold rook zetto. So yori suji ite. Let's see this. Hishi mondai no yoni, as in the checkmate problem. Um, okay, so ukenashi is, so we have three terms here. We have ukenashi. We have ukenashi. We have ite, ite, and we have, what was the other one? Yorisuji. So ukenashi, basically uke means defense, nashi means none. As you know, if you have nashi written on your piece stand, that means no pieces. So this is translated to no defense. And it's more broad because it can talk about middle game. Like there's no defense on the second file. You cannot defend the second file. In the end game, the king has no defense. It's gonna be like checkmated, yeah. So this is more broad one, but those on the bottom are the same. Ite basically means ite ukete mo ite semerareru. So it's, if you translate it literally, it's one move. But the meaning is one move of defense is answered with one move of attack. So you can feel it that if you defend the attack, defend the attack, defend the attack, eventually that's gonna lead to a mate, right? Because each move has an answer, and basically it will lead to no defense. As we said, 4-piece attack is undefendable. So this is the kind of logic behind this term. Yori suji, so yori yoru means two things. It means sideways. When you write kifu, it means sideways. but also it means to, I translate to as approach the king or get close to the king. We've seen it on the book translations we already did, so it's yori in this case. In this case, together means approach, yoru, yori. Suji is basically a line, a variation. So it's an approaching variation, yeah? It's a line that approaches or that gets close to the king, yeah? That gets the close to the king. But if you simplify it, basically line that gets the king. So line that wins, yeah? Line that wins. Muscle line, yes. The muscle. Suji means also muscle, yeah. But in shogi we call it like the brain muscle, so more like a line of logic rather. Te suji, move line. So a logical line of thinking, of flow of the game, yeah. In this case, just translated as a sub-variation, like a variation. So yeah, basically yori suji is line that wins. Ite is, as we already established, a line that wins. So they both are indirectly ukenashi, yeah. It's just that it's stronger than ukenashi in a way. So ite and yorisuji, what's the difference between tsumero and hishi? Well, they do not have checks in them. You can have a king, you chase him around, and eventually it arrives at hishi, yeah? So those moves are not checks or not, well, they will be forced, but it's not a direct tsume line, yeah? It could be checks, but not all of them. Could be tsumero, could be like surround, could be like take the defender. Like you just lower their defenses, you chase them or surround, chase into corner, whatever that is. Eventually, that's gonna arrive at hishi. And this process is what we call ite or the yori suji, yeah. I cannot write the kanji for suji. Just realized I cannot do it. And then, which one was it? So, yeah, the line that approaches the hishi. Now we can argue that tsumero, this could be ite in a way, but ite is undefendable. As we said in the example previously, this one, this is totally defendable, right? Like here, the enemy did nothing, therefore it was undefendable. But as you know, like you can do lots of stuff to prevent that. Therefore, even though it's a tsumero in end moves, it's not ite. It's not strong enough. They can't prevent it. Ite, yorisuji, unpreventable. So if you compare tsume to hishi, hishi is unpreventable, tsumero to hishi. Tsumero is preventable, hishi is unpreventable. The same way tsumero in end move is preventable, while ite is not. Yeah. So hishi is basically strongest tsumero, and ite I didn't write it correctly. Or Yorisuji is basically strongest Sumero in n-1 moves. Which is the same as n te ski. You got it right, chat? Very easy, right? Shogi is easy, right? We all love Shogi. But we still didn't translate Teski. All right, so if we were to translate, he, she is certain death, certain win, certain capture. Yeah, I don't know. The king. Sumero is just checkmate threat. I'm so bored of writing the word checkmate. Yeah. Itete we just translated as approaching line. I have no idea how to, no idea. There's no. If I were to go with the same logic, it would be the certain or no defense. Yes, certain approach, certain surround. Yeah, I really want to use the word certain because that's how she works. So certain, no defense, kinda. Or certain surround, capture. Yeah, certain no defense. Let's leave it our approach. So strongest Sumero. Well, Sumero again would be checkmate threat in n-1 moves. But as you can see, yeah, this is certain, this is uncertain, this is defendable, this is undefendable. Threat may distance, yeah, something like that. Moves to threat mate, basically, yeah. Moves to mate, yeah, basically. Yeah, if we moves to mate, and this is moves to threat mate, yeah. So this is why it's so stupid, because moves to threat makes more sense to us logically, but Teski is move to mate. So actually, how many moves you need to check to Tsume, yeah? Because it is enough for us to know, oh, this position is Hishi, instead of to know, oh, this position is a checkmate, yeah? So it's like one move additional to our logic that's needed in the translations. But yeah, to avoid the difficult words like initiative, threat mate checks, and so on, I would just keep it as moves to mate. Previously, we talked about initiative, we talked about gap and advantage. I think it's very natural that we translated basically moves to mate. But remember, moves to mate is uncertain, yeah? It's defendable. And this is the wordplay that we're gonna go with this chapter. How do we defend it, actually? How do we extend, yeah, the NTSKI, NTS. How do we extend the NTS to our advantage? That's what the next chapter is about. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a big walking around. How do you summarize? Yeah, I mean, I should just save it and put it in the PDF itself, I guess. In-game study. Save as in-game terminology. Something. Let's put it in the desktop for now. Can I add it to the PDF? Insert pages. That's not what I want to do. Stump. What's a stump? I don't think it's possible for me to like edit it. Try to paste it here, it didn't work. 3 moves to mate. Yeah, yeah, that could be. Moves to uncertain mate. Moves to mate uncertain if ignored. Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, it means moves to mate if ignored, or uncertain if ignored, if passed. Yeah, something like that. So this is why here, if ignored, 1, 2 moves to mate. Ta-da! Here they say, if you defend the pawn promotion, you're gonna drop the pawn, but then they will promote the silver. You're gonna drop the pawn to prevent checkmate threat, and they're gonna promote the pawn. And look what terminology they use. They say ukenashi. Ukenashi. We saw it somewhere today. No defense. Okay. Yeah, so this flow, this is exactly, yeah, so, okay, so it's pawn drop, silver promotes, pawn drop, pawn promotes. What does it lead us to? Hishi. So you could say, as it was ite, right? Until now. But was it? Was it ite? Was it undefendable? Yeah, this is undefendable. Is it undefendable? That's the question that you're trying to answer in this example. I know, right, Time Zombie? I know. That's the problem when you try to translate new stuff. I mean, we have years of work of Hidechi, so that it shortens our struggle with the Japanese language. We had the art of shogi. We had so many people create so many books before us, but it definitely needs polishing. This is why you have the Polish person here. Kono henka wa, yeah. So as you can see, the king on the 5-9 cannot survive. King on 5-9 cannot survive. So what do we do? Escape. 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 If we escape, they promote the pawn. If we escape, they promote unpromote the silver. If we escape, we arrive at this position. Evacuate, I would say even. Therefore, not it simply Teski. Yeah, so it was just a threat. It's a defendable threat. It's not it. The sentence king cannot be easily captured. Cannot be easily captured. Even if your castle is broken, you can move the king away to a different location, like change the housing of the king and extend the life. So yeah, move the king out of difficult location. Yeah, so you are like the Hikoshi Gaisha, you bring your truck. I don't know how many wheels a truck has, actually. Does it have a wheel here too? How many wheels does a truck have? Yeah, it has one wheel under the actual thing, right? At least one. I'm so confused right now. Truck. Yeah, it's 2 wheels, okay. Here and here, because it's connected. Hikoshi Gaisha comes in and they're like, Matase shimashita, and then you put all your king inside. And they take you to a different location. So that's the Hikoshi, that's the panda. Yeah, and they're like, "Whoa." So that's exactly what the king did here. All right, guys. Here one more thing. If they go here, the token will go next here. It won't be a checkmate threat. Therefore, we extended our life, so it's more than Niteski. Clearly more than Niteski, yeah? So it's because they now need, they will play this and they need 1, 2, and it's not a mate. Yeah? The silver will be here. Similarly to the silver is here. They had 1, 2, checkmate. 1, 2, you will retake. That's still 2. Having 2 golds in hand, not a mate. Gold check, king runs, not a mate. So they will need another way. And we already know it's better than 2 moves. We don't need to find out exactly how many. Okay, that's gonna be all for today, guys. Sorry about that delay, detour. Hope you enjoyed the detour. We're gonna continue with our Teski or moves to mate next week. The whole new chapter. I promise this time we will do it properly. Yeah. So thank you for staying until the end. Thanks very much for your suggestions. And I will see you tomorrow, Friday. I think it was 6 p.m. Don't wanna lie. That we will have this special event with 6 p.m. Zurich time. So like 1 hour later than Sunday stream. We will have teaching with game grammar. Yeah. Thank you so much. Take care.